Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your English class, and I'm your teacher, Miss Grace Joshua. And we have reached the fifth day of our learning. And today we have the topic preposition and prepositional phrases. Children, let's do a quick recap of the previous class, the lesson that we learned yesterday. It was about phrases and clauses. Let's see if you remember the chapter. So I have two questions for you, and the sentences follow. The first one says, identify phrase and clause from the given lines. And as you see, the sentences are by the river, very deep, the office is closed while we were sleeping. So the first answer is by the river. It's a phrase. The second one, very deep. It's again a phrase, not a clause. The third one, the office is closed. It's a clause. Can you tell me the reason? Why is it not a phrase? And why is it a clause? Yes, absolutely, because we have both a noun and a verb in this group of words. And the fourth one, while we were sleeping. It's again a clause as we have both noun and the verb here. The next question says, underline the subjects and identify the verbs. The ruins of Hampi are now a World Heritage Site. So you have to identify what is the subject and what is the verb in the sentence. So, absolutely, the subject is the ruins of Hampi. Hampi, as you know, it's an historical place. Yes, and the verb is are. Are is the plural of is. And the main verb is be. Be. Okay, children? Now, the last sentence of the recap. My uncle brought home a golden retriever one day. I hope you all know what's a golden retriever. Okay, it's a breed of a dog. Okay, now it says my uncle brought home a golden retriever one day. So the subject is my uncle and the verb is brought. Brought is the past form of bring. Very good. Now let's see today's topic. It is prepositions and prepositional phrases. Now let's see what are prepositions. The definition says a word or phrase that is used before a noun or pronoun to show place, time, direction, etc. Okay? Next is it says it is a word used to link nouns, pronouns or phrases to other words within a sentence. They act to connect the people, objects, time, and locations of a sentence. Prepositions are usually short words and they are normally placed directly in front of nouns. So, what is a preposition? They basically show the position of the noun or the subject. Okay, children? Now, see the examples: with, on, onto, upon, across, below, in front of, etc. All these can be taken as prepositions. We can see some more examples here. He sat on the chair. Okay, so the word on is the preposition here. There is some milk in the fridge. Where is the milk? It's inside the fridge. So the word in shows that the milk is kept inside the fridge, so that becomes the preposition. She was hiding under the table. So here the girl is hiding under the table. So yes, the preposition is under. Next line. The cat jumped off the counter. The cat jumped off the counter. So the word off is the preposition. He drove over the bridge. He drove. Drove is the past form of the word drive. So it says this person has drove the car or the vehicle over the bridge. So the preposition is over. She lost her ring at the beach. The word at is the preposition. The book belongs to Antony. That book is Antony's. It belongs to Antony. So the preposition again, the word belongs. The last line, they were sitting by the tree. So the word by is the preposition here. Okay, children? Again, see here, preposition is a word that tells us where something is. Okay, it tells us about the position of a thing. Now here in the slide you can see a lot of prepositions, a lot of words that we use mainly as preposition. So let's read it together. A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and some other word or element in the rest of the sentence. Okay, so all these words abroad, about, above, at, down, except, on account of, toward, towards, all these words they can be used as prepositions in a sentence. Let's see with some examples, some pictures. Now these are prepositions of place. You can see a box and a ball in all the squares, and the box is kept in the same position in all the pictures, in almost all the pictures, and we can see the movement of the ball. So in the first one, the ball is behind the box. Okay, the second one, the ball is in front of the box. Third box, the ball is next to the box. Fourth one, you can see two boxes here and the ball is in the middle. The ball is in between the boxes. Next square box. The ball is near the box. The sixth one. Now the ball is kept above the box. So again it's a preposition. The ball is above the box. The seventh one, the ball is below the box. The eighth one, the ball is inside the box or in the box. And the last one, it's kept on top of the box. So it says the ball is on the box. Now here we have some prepositions again related to place. And these prepositions, they say, how do we use at, in, and on in connection with place? At the top, at someone's house, at the hairdressers, and so on. How do we use the word in? In the sky, in bed, in a room, and so on. The last, on the ceiling, on the roof, on the second floor, and so on. Okay, children, you can see the pictures. Read the phrase given and you can connect it with the picture. Okay, now again, this slide gives the same but with more explanation, a little bit more explanation. How do we use at? At is used for precise times. Okay, it is also used to give a specific time period or time duration. At 10:30 a.m., at 8 o'clock, at bedtime, at breakfast. Now the next one, in. In is used for months, years, decades, centuries, and long periods of time. Okay, so see the phrase, in 16 years time, in 1999, in December. So whenever you used to show that the time period is a little bit long or it has happened some way back, so you use the word in. Now how to use on? On is used for days and dates. Basically we use on for mentioning all these days and dates in a sentence. On a summer evening, on Christmas Day, on Christmas, on Friday, and so on. Okay, now other than this, other than at, in, and on, we have few other prepositions also. Okay, so let's see what are they. They are of, about, with, without, by, for, like, despite, apart from. Okay, children. So I've given you some phrases also so that you can connect it with the word. That will help you to understand it in a better way. So the first one, of, a kilo of sugar. Okay. The next one, about, write about him. With my mother. Without a book. Okay, so wherever these words are used, it shows the preposition. Now, we'll take an example. The next line, by. The word is by. Okay, the preposition is by. And the phrase given is by bus, by train. So, how can you use it in a sentence? She goes to college by bus. He goes to school by bus. Okay, so the preposition is by. So how does he or she go to school every day? She goes by pass. So that tells us the position. Understood, children? Very good. Now the next slide also, we have few other prepositions like except, according to, by means of, in case, instead of, on account of, in addition to, with regard to. Again, if you see, all these are given one phrases along with it so that you can understand it better. So when we take the word except, it says everyone except Meena. The next one, according to Mohan. By means of hard work. So all these are again prepositions, but they are not the usual prepositions that are used. So children, what are the usual prepositions that we use? On, under, below, across, over. All these are the usual preposition, but these two slides show the different other prepositions that you can use. Okay, now that we have learned what is a phrase, now we come to the next topic, that is prepositional phrase. Now you all know what is a phrase, right? In the previous class, we learned what is a phrase, what is a clause. Now let's see what are prepositional phrases. So the definition says a prepositional phrase is a group of words consisting of a preposition, its object, and any words that modify the object. Most of the time, a prepositional phrase modifies a verb or a noun. At a minimum, a prepositional phrase consists of one preposition and the object it governs. So basically, what are prepositional phrases? They are a group of words consisting of a preposition. Means it includes a preposition word also in that group of words. Its object and any words that modify the object. Okay, the next line it says most of the time. Means almost in every sentence a prepositional phrase modifies a verb or a noun. Okay, now come to the example. A singer with passion. A town near London. Keep in time. He acts without thinking. Now the word with. Okay, a singer with passion. So here the answer is with passion. With is the preposition and the word that follows the preposition is prepositional phrase. You take the whole word, like the group of words together. A singer with passion. A town near London. The town is where? The town is near London. Keep in time. He acts without thinking. Understood, children? Let's move on to the next slide to see more examples. The cupcake with sprinkles is yours. The cupcake with colorful sprinkles is yours. So here in the first line, the cupcake with sprinkles is yours. By seeing the word with, you might have understood that it is the preposition used here, right children? Now, how will you take out the prepositional phrase? The definition said that it is a group of words that includes a preposition. Understood? It's a group of words that includes the preposition. So here, including the preposition, we take all the words. With sprinkles is yours. Understood? So that becomes the prepositional phrase. The cupcake with colorful sprinkles is yours. The cupcake is the subject here, or the cupcake is the object here. Okay, very good. Now the next example, we climbed up the hill. We climbed up the very steep hill. Understood, children? Up is the preposition here, and the added words to modify how did they climb the hill. What kind of a hill was that? We climbed up the very steep hill. Understood? So the preposition is up, prepositional phrase, up the very steep hill. The last one, the rabbits hopped through the garden. The rabbits hopped through the perfectly manicured garden. So the preposition here is, what is the preposition? Can you guess? Yes, it is the word through. And the words, all the other words that modifies the subject, that becomes the prepositional phrase. Very good. Through the perfectly manicured garden. Through the garden. These are the prepositional phrase here. Now children, let's see the two functions of prepositional phrases. They have two functions. They modify the noun or pronoun and do the work of adjective. What do? They modify. Modify means, I told you, modify means to change. Okay, to transform, to change. So they modify the noun or pronoun and do the work of adjectives. So see here, the brown cottage behind the park belongs to my auntie. Can we read it again? The brown cottage behind the park belongs to my auntie. So, what is the noun phrase here? We have learned about the noun phrases. The brown cottage. Very good. Now, what is the prepositional phrase working as adjective? Behind the park. Okay. If the question was to take out only the preposition, what will you take out? Yes, only the word behind. But since the question asked is prepositional phrase, you have to take the other two words along with it, because all the three words together describes the position of the brown cottage behind the park. Very good, children. Now let's see the second function. They modify an adjective or verb and do the work of an adverb. You know what is an adverb? Yes, adverbs are describing words for verbs. She struggled up the steep slope. She struggled with great difficulty, with much difficulty. That's the meaning of struggled. Up the steep slope. Slope is a place where you have a slanting, it's a little bit tilted. Okay, up the steep, it's a very sharp steep, a very sharp slope that you have to climb up with great difficulty. Understood, children? So what is the verb here? The verb is struggled. And what is the prepositional phrase acting as the adverb? Up the steep slope. Understood? The verb is struggled, and the prepositional phrase that acts as an adverb, it is up the steep slope. Very good. I hope you all understood this, children, the two functions of prepositional phrases. Now again, let's see just a recap kind of. Prepositional phrases begins with a preposition, ends with a noun or pronoun. Okay, example, at the store. the prepositional phrase is given is at the store. What is the preposition here? At. And what is the noun here? Store. So it begins with the preposition, here it is at, and ends with the noun. And the noun here is store. Very good. Now here we have a lot of other phrases for all these words: in, on, out, at, for, by. All these are prepositional phrases. Now I want you to take up your notebook, grab your pencil, start writing down all these phrases. Okay, now this is your homework or your home assignment. Just number down all this, write neatly in your notebook, write the date also. Okay, now take out each phrase and make it into your sentence. Like for example, the first one, in a deep sleep. Okay, so you have to use it in a sentence. Fine. The fairy visited Sheena in a deep sleep. When did the fairy visit Sheena? In a deep sleep. Okay. On a journey. Again, you have to make a sentence on your own. Out of curiosity. Okay, all these are simple phrases. And all these phrases are what kind of phrases? Prepositional phrases. You have the preposition in the beginning and it ends with a noun or a pronoun. Fine, children? Very good. Now here you have the entire sentence. Okay, entire sentence including the prepositional phrases. So the highlighted words are what? Yes, the highlighted words are prepositional phrases. A new railroad is under construction. So what is the preposition here? Under. And what is the prepositional phrase? Under construction. The next one, never tell tales out of school. Out is the preposition, out of school is the prepositional phrases. Very good, children. I hope you all understood the lesson, the topic for today, and it's time for a quick review. Okay, so in this lesson we have covered all these topics. We have learned about prepositions. You learned about the preposition of place, position, movement, and time. And you learned about other prepositions. You have learned about prepositional phrases. And also you have learned about the two functions of prepositional phrases. Now I have some questions for you. Okay? Okay, now let's do it together. You don't wait for my answer, but you have to do it on your own. She sat across from Mary. She sat across from Mary. Across from is the preposition here. Okay, across from. Very good. I attended the meeting on behalf of my company. The preposition is on behalf of. Very good. The next one. We were in the middle of the storm. In the middle of. Next one. He has gym class in addition to his regular classes today. Yes, in addition to. Next one. He picked up the penny from beneath the couch. Penny is another word for a rupee or a coin. Okay. He picked up the penny from beneath the couch. Beneath is another word for from under, from below. Okay, children? Okay, the next one. Aside from singing, she also plays the piano at the bar. Aside from. Aside from Means apart from singing, she also plays this instrument. Okay, my car is parked in front of the mailbox. It's a very simple one. In front of. Next one, the weather will be good this weekend according to Tom. So, what is it? Yes, the weather will be good this weekend according to Tom. According to is the prepositions. You're very well done, children. Now, let's see what are the prepositional phrases from these lines. Earlier we took out all the prepositions. Now we have to see what are the prepositional phrases. I will get to the conference on time. Okay, on time. The baseball game was cancelled after the heavy rain. After is the preposition. You take out all the words that change the subject here. So it is after the heavy rain. John found his homework under the bed. So the preposition is under the bed. The children loved the gifts from their grandparents. From their grandparents. Very good. He succeeded with a little help. With a little help. We met to discuss the project before class. It's a simple preposition. Before. So the prepositional phrase before class. She left muddy footprints on the clean floor. You all know what the meaning of muddy, right? It's all dirty and covered with mud and so on. So she left muddy footprints on the clean floor. The preposition is another simple preposition here. The word is on. On the clean floor is the prepositional phrase. Very good. The last one. According to his wishes, his funeral will be private. According to his wishes. According to is the preposition. According to his wishes is the prepositional phrases. Very good, children. You have all done very well. You have to keep up the good work. If you have any doubts, just message me or text me. I'll be here to clear all your doubts. Thank you, children. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.